The ball spun on the rim for a second too long. Nobody said a word, and everybody started laughing. Chain link shadows on the concrete floor. Summer heat hanging like the night wanted more. Old floodlights buzzing over court number 2. 5 good friends with nothing better to do. The city downtown glittered far away, but right here felt like the center of the day. White chalk lines in the faded 3-point arc, echoing footsteps cutting through the dark. Someone brought music in a beat up truck. Somebody yelling they were out of luck. The score didn't matter, nobody kept track. The game kept going every time it came back. Sweat on our shirts, stars overhead, talking about dreams we hadn't chased yet. For a little while the whole world paused, and every problem got lost in the applause. Basketball after midnight, under the city glow. Nobody really wants to leave, nobody's moving slow. Basketball after midnight, one more shot, one more try.
Young enough to miss and laugh,
young enough to fly. The train rolled past on the other side of town. A long steel rhythm laying background sound. A kid hit a jumper from way too far. Started celebrating like a superstar. Girl on the fence ain't part of a song. Half the words right, half the words wrong. Still everybody joined in anyway, like the night belonged to us today. The air smelled like asphalt after the heat. Boom bap knocking softly underneath. No trophies waiting, no crowd to impress. Just freedom showing up in a simple way, I guess.
Years from now we'll probably forget who won the game or who lost the bet, but we'll remember that warm night sky and how alive we felt running by.
Basketball after midnight, under the city glow.
Nobody really wants to leave,
nobody's moving slow. Basketball after midnight, one more shot, one more try.
young enough to miss and laugh,
young enough to fly.
Basketball, the night goes rolling on.
The lights, they shining on the court.
Long after the game is gone,
The ball bounced once, twice, then rolled across the empty court. Nobody posted it, nobody filmed it, but it still counted. Yeah, early morning fog outside the glass. Gym lights cutting through the dark at last. Boom bap playing low inside my head, while the rest of the city stayed in bed. The platform waiting like it always does. No hype needed, no extra buzz. Just still sweat and another goal. One more layer added to the soul. 100 workouts nobody will see, 1,000 choices shaping who I be. Not every victory comes with a sound. Some are built when nobody's around. The strongest foundations stay underground, long before they ever rise above the ground. That's why patience became my closest friend. Showing up again and again and again. No spotlight, no applause, just another step toward the cause. One more rep, one more climb. Trust and effort over time, built in silence. Brick by brick, heavy bass in the mindset thick. Built in silence, day by day, while the doubters slowly fade away. Skill and sweat, late night miles, big results from small little trials. Built in silence, that's how legends rise. A kid walks in with a brand new plan, trying to become a different man. And no lifting eyes from across the room, knowing exactly what's coming soon. The excitement fades after a few weeks pass, then discipline becomes the gas. That's the part nobody talks about, the part that separates belief from doubt. Outside, the world loves overnight success. Inside, we know that's a myth at best. Every champion started somewhere small, just another person answering the call. The mirror doesn't change overnight, the body doesn't grow without the fight. But one day suddenly things look new, and you realize realized the work came through. The loudest people aren't always strong. The strongest people just stay longer. Day after day, year after year, until the impossible disappears. Built in silence, brick by brick, heavy bass in the mindset thick. Built in silence, day by day, while the doubters slowly fade away. Steel and sweat, late night miles, big results from small little trials. Built in silence, that's how legends rise. The room stayed quiet, the progress didn't. Tomorrow starts now. Yeah, the coffee was already cold, but nobody stopped talking. Yeah. Paper cup circles. Paper cup circles on a scratched up table. Friday night drifting without a label. Street outside glowing soft and gold, like every story waiting to be told. Corner cafe still open past 2. A few tired dreamers in the familiar crew. Nobody rushing, nobody checking time, just letting the city write another line. Outside a bicycle rattle by slow. Somewhere a radio play lo-fi soul. The night wasn't loud, it didn't need to be. It felt like exactly where we needed to be. One small joke turned into 10. One old memory came back again. The world kept spinning somewhere far away, but we stayed right there. Paper cup philosophy, talking like we're 23, trying to solve the universe from a table on a quiet street. Paper cup philosophy, nothing figured out completely, but somehow everything feels alright tonight. Steam faded off the surface long ago, yet the conversation kept its glow. Dream jobs, heartbreaks, roads not taken, promises made and promises breaking. Somebody said they might move away, someone else laughed and changed the subject halfway. The city lights reflected in their eyes, like tiny stars trying to survive. Cars roll by like waves in the dark, leaving brief flashes, leaving little sparks. And for a moment, nobody felt lost. Nobody counted the cost. Maybe growing up is just this, holding on to nights like this, when nobody pretends to know it all, and that's enough. Paper cup philosophy, talking like we're 23, trying to solve the universe from a table on a quiet street. Paper cup philosophy, life feels light and easy, and for one more hour, the future can wait for me. The cafe closed, the chairs went up, but the conversation followed us home. The clock said midnight. The leg said go home. The goal said one more, one more, one more, one more, one more. Yeah, midnight glow from the vending machine. Same old gym, same old dreams. Boom bap knocking through the headphones tight, turning exhaustion into fight tonight. The deadlift bar waiting across the floor, like an old rival I met before. Every plate loaded, carry the cost. Every victory earned from what was lost. The workday heavy, the traffic long. Still somehow I ended up where I belong. Not because it felt easy to show, because the person I wanna be said go. The mirror reflected tired eyes, but deeper down there was still some fire. The body was done, the mind disagreed. That's where discipline takes the lead. When comfort whispers,
Take the night off,
the dream answers, not yet. One more step,
one more climb.
the future gets built one day at a time. Still one more, that's the code. The heavy bass helping carry the load. Still one more, when it gets tough, average quits, but this is where champions are made of. One more rep, one more try, one more reason not to say goodbye.
One more.
That's the way forward. I lifted nearby, re-racked his weight. Looked at the clock and decided to stay. Another set nobody planned to do, because sometimes greatness starts with two extra reps, 2 extra plates, 2 extra minutes that change your fate. Nobody notices in the moment, nobody hands out awards for it, but stack those choices over years, and suddenly a different life appears. Outside the city kept moving fast. Inside the room we were building what lasts, not chasing trends, not chasing praise, just accumulating stronger days. Years later people call it talent. They never saw the nights like this, the nights where quitting looked attractive and staying became the victory. Still one more, that's the code. Heavy bass helping carry the load. Still one more, when it gets tough, average quits, but this is where champions are made of. One more rep, one more try, one more reason not to say goodbye.
Still one more.
That's the way forward. The music stopped. The gym empty. The goal stayed. Most people had already left. The cleaning crew started mopping the floor, and somebody loaded another plate. Those people had a 11:47 on the digital clock. Boom bap rattling while the dumbbells knock. Half the lights off, but the mission stayed on. The kind of nights where real work gets done. The easy reps happened hours ago. Now it's just grit in the will to grow. Nobody filming, nobody around, just eyes speaking through metallic sounds. The bench felt heavy, the air felt thick. The voice in my head said, that's enough of this. But another voice answered back instead, you came too far to quit ahead. When the body slows and the energy fades, that's where character gets made. One more breath, one more stand, one more rep. Nobody planned the extra set. After the pain, heavy bass running through my veins. The extra set. Nobody sees. That's where the difference starts to be. One more push, one more bed. Everything changes in the extra set. Across the room, a veteran smiled like he'd seen that battle 1,000 times. The war between comfort and who you become. The war that's never really done. A young guy struggled through his final squat. Almost quit, but somehow did not. The room got louder when he stood back up, because everybody knew that was enough. Not enough weight, not enough fame, enough courage to stay in the game. That's the victory. People overlook the chapter nobody writes in the book. Outside, the city was winding down. Inside the gym, another level was found. Not through talent, not through luck, just refusing to stop when things got tough. Anybody can work when it feels alright. Champions work on difficult nights. When motivation leaves the room, discipline takes over soon. The extra set. After the pain, heavy bass running through my veins. The extra set. Nobody sees. That's where the difference starts to be. One more push, one more bag. Everything changes. In the extra set. The extra set. That's what built this. That's what built this. The extra set. The place hit the rack. The lights went dark. The extra set. Stay behind. The chalk marks were gone. The sweat had dried. But the bar remembered everything. Yeah. Thursday night, under fluorescent glow. Same steel plates from years ago. Boom bap drums through the headphones hum. Another chapter, another one done. The bar don't remember what you said online. The bar remembers every missed deadline, every comeback after a rough setback. Every night you almost didn't come back. The grip felt different in my hands tonight. Not because the weight got light, because somewhere between the struggle and the years, the doubt got smaller than the fear. Outside the city chasing something fast, inside the gym building something that lasts. Not a trend, not a temporary flame, something stronger than the name. The iron knows the truth inside. Who shows up, who only tries. One more breath, one more stand. The future's built by calloused hands. The bar remembers every fight, heavy bass rolling through the night. The bar remembers every fall, every time you answer the call. Play by play, year by year, the strongest version appears. The bar remembers, even when nobody else does. A powerlifter raps his wrists in silence. A young kid studies every movement. One chasing records, one chasing change. Funny how the goal feels the same. The platform carries stories untold of broken habits and hearts turned gold. Of people who arrived unsure and left becoming something more. No camera caught the early mornings, no crowd watched the lonely warnings. Just discipline stacked over time, like bricks aligned in the perfect line. The mirror showed a stronger frame, but muscles weren't the biggest game. The confidence built through every test was worth more than all the rest. The weight gets heavier, so do we. That's the secret nobody sees. Strength is more than what you hold, it's who you become beneath the load. The bar remembers every fight, every bass rolling through the night. The bar remembers every fall, every time you answer the call. Play by play, year by year, the strongest version appears. The bar remembers, even when nobody else does. The gym went quiet, the lights turned off, the bar stayed awake. A pair of $5 sunglasses hanging from the rearview mirror. Like they knew summer wasn't gonna last forever. Saturday afternoon on the edge of town. Heat waves dancing while the sun came down. Oh, convenience store by the traffic light. Everybody looking for a reason not to go inside. The blue pickup parked by the ice machine, playing those songs through blown out speakers. A kid with a skateboard and nowhere to be said, man, this might be the perfect day for me. The road stretched out like a faded postcard. Dust in the air, baseball field in the yard. Nothing dramatic, nothing to prove, just life moving with a natural groove. The sky turned gold, then amber, then red. Somebody shouted something nobody heard, but everybody laughed anyway. Cheap sunglasses, some on our faces, watching the daylight disappear in stages. Cheap sunglasses, nothing left to hide. Just a little freedom on a Saturday night. We weren't rich, we weren't famous, but for a moment we had everything. A girl drew hearts on a paper cup. Somebody missed a call and never picked up. The radio drifted through an open window, playing a song we all pretended to know. Down by the river, the water moved slow, reflecting colors from the evening glow. The city was miles away from where we stood, and honestly that felt pretty good. A dog chased shadows across the grass. A freight train rolled by and slowly passed. The whole world seemed to exhale at once, like even time wanted to take the night off. Years from now we'll forget the brand, forget the color, forget the plans, but we'll remember how the air felt warm and how simple happiness can be sometimes. Cheap sunglasses, some on our faces, watching the daylight disappear in stages. Cheap sunglasses, nothing left to hide. Just a little freedom on a Saturday night. Cheap sunglasses, holding on to you like the last golden light before it moved. The sun finally disappeared. The music kept playing, and nobody reached for the keys yet. Yeah. A forgotten hoodie hung on the back of a bench. Nobody knew whose it was anymore, but nobody moved it either. The white broom. Yeah. The weight room smell like chalk and steel, like every dream somebody made real. Scars on the platform, dents on the rack, proof that somebody always came back. Boom bap knocking through the concrete walls, heavy bass shaking the medicine balls. Every plate carried a story inside, every barbell witnessed somebody's fight, and no photo hanging near the door. Athletes from years that came before, some moved away, some changed their lives, but part of them still survived inside. The gym keeps memories nobody writes, hidden between all the late night grinds. You can almost hear them when the room gets still. The voice is saying, keep pushing uphill. Every rep leaves a trace behind, every struggle shapes the mind. One more set, one more climb, building something that outlives time. Ghosts in the weight room, still lifting strong, every bass echoing through every song. Ghosts in the weight room, still showing the way, through every early morning and every hard day. Bar goes up, heart stays true. The ones before are pulling us through. Ghosts in the weight room, still here with you. The strongest guy isn't always the biggest frame. Sometimes it's the one who came back after pain. The woman training after 12-hour shifts. The father finding time for one more lift. The teenager chasing his first real change. Learning discipline ain't something strange, and showing up when motivation leaves, and trust and effort more than belief. Outside the world keeps changing fast, inside the fundamentals always last. Grip the ball, stand your ground, earn your progress, pound by pound. No shortcuts hidden under the lights, no secret formula for better nights. just consistency stacked over years, turning doubt into trophies and fears into gears. Some people leave their names on walls, some leave records that eventually fall. The strongest legacy remains unseen, and the people inspired by what you've been. Ghosts in the weight room, still lifting strong, every bass echoing through every song. Ghosts in the weight room, still showing the way through every early morning and every hard day. Bar goes up, heart stays true. The ones before are pulling us through. Ghosts in the weight room, still here with you. The last lifter walked out, the room went quiet. But somehow I never felt empty, 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 empty. The locker room was empty. Only the sound of Velcro wrist wraps breaking the silence. Another long day written across my face. Still walked in and took my place. Boom bap knocking through the headphones loud. No audience here, no cheering crowd. The bar was waiting exactly the same. Didn't care about excuses or the day I had. Still don't bend for a rough week. Yeah, that's one thing, how bad do you see? 100 sessions, nobody remembers. Cold mornings buried under Decembers. Every small choice stacking over years. Building confidence stronger than fears. Outside the world wants everything fast. Inside this room, the process lasts. No shortcuts hiding behind the grind. Only the work refining the mind. Another set, another chance. Progress hiding inside persistence. One more rep, one more climb. Trust the process every time. Earn not giving, built from the ground. Heavy bass shaking the walls around. Earn not giving, day by day. Nothing worth having comes easy anyway. Steel and sweat, heart and vision. Everything here was earned, not given. A young guy staring at the place too long, wondering if he's finally getting strong. And no lifter smiles and walks away. He already knows what time will say. The mirror changes slower than we think. That's why most people quit at the brink. But real growth happens underground before success ever makes a sound. The strongest backs carry unseen loads. The strongest minds survive rough roads. Every scar got a lesson attached. Every setback made the foundation last. Tonight the weight feels heavier still. Good, that's how pressure builds the will. Every challenge becomes another brick. Stack enough in the walls, get thick. Nobody remembers every workout day. Nope, 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 nope. Nobody remembers every sacrifice made. But one day, people notice the result, and call it talent, 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 talent. Earn not given, built from the ground. Heavy bass shaking the walls around. Earn not given, day by day. Nothing worth having comes easy anyway. Steel and sweat, heart and vision. Everything here was earned, not given. Earn not given. That's the mission. Not given. That's the mission. The plates return to the rack. The effort stayed behind, waiting for tomorrow.
Two skateboard wheels echo through the tunnel. by the underpass after sunset glow. Concrete still warm from the heat below. Backpack full of stickers in the beat up board. Nothing playing, nothing recorded. The city hummed in a distinct key. Traffic lights blinking lazily. Every push forward matched the baseline groove. Every turn felt like a brand new move. A train crossed overhead with a metallic car, throwing sparks into the evening fire. And for a second, everything aligned like the whole world landed perfectly in time. No stage lights, no cameras around, just the sound of wheels touching ground. One more run, one more try, watching the evening drift across the sky. Skateboard symphony, rolling through the city street. Every crack in the pavement turns into part of the beat. Skateboard symphony, young hearts moving free, writing little melody across the concrete underneath our feet. Someone missed the rail and laughed instead. Someone landed clean and shook their head. A little kid watched from the corner curb, try to memorize every single word. The burger spot stayed open late, music spilling through the gate. A couple danced while waiting in line, like the whole block shared the same state of mind. Street murals glowed under amber light, old stories painted in the night, and every color seemed alive somehow. More than yesterday, more than now. Maybe freedom isn't far away, maybe it lives in ordinary days. It's a cheap board rolling under city light, some friends who stay until the end of night. Skateboard symphony, rolling through the city street. Every crack in the pavement turns into part of the beat. Skateboard symphony, young hearts moving free, write a little melody across the concrete underneath our feet. Skateboard symphony, one more ride before we go. The Nike's playing softly and nobody's moving slow. Skateboard symphony, one more ride before we go. The night keeps playing softly and nobody's moving slow. The tunnel went quiet. The wheels kept rolling, and the city kept the rhythm.
The guy behind the counter just changed the radio station. Now the whole street sounds different. Yeah. Friday evening dripping gold on the glass. People moving slow while the daylight pass. Cold drink spinning in my fingertips. Some on my shoulder, sunlight on my kicks outside. The corner store, everybody knows. Somebody got a speaker, somebody brought jokes. Bikes lined up by the newspaper stand. No real plans, just seeing where we land. Cars roll by with the windows low. A bass line floating like a river flow. Even the clouds look like they got nowhere to be. Just hanging over the city lazily. The day slows down, the night moves in. Somewhere a brand new song begins. One small spark in an ordinary scene turns the whole block into a movie screen. Friday corner store, we don't ask for more. Music in the parking lot, everybody wanted more. Friday corner store, open after dark. Small town hearts and city dreams, meeting where the street lights start. Meeting where the street lights start. Basketball bouncing near the schoolyard gate. A couple of friends showing up late. Someone talking big about a future plan. Someone else just laughing with a soda can. The bar bumping next door is locking up. The food trucks serving from a paper cup. The smell of grill food fills the air. Everybody smiling like they haven't got a care. A little kid dances when the beat drops in. An old man nods with a knowing grin. Different lives, different roads, different names, but tonight we're all moving the same. Years from now we might might forget what shoes we wore, what we said, but we'll remember how the music felt and how the whole week slowly melted. Friday corner store, we don't ask for more. Music in the parking lot, everybody wanting more. Friday corner store, open after dark. Small town hearts and city dreams, meeting where the street lights start. Friday corner store. One more song before we go. The city's calling softly now, but nobody's heading home. The radio keeps playing, the lights stay on, and Friday feels a little longer. The playlist was down to its final track. Nobody skipped it.
Everybody knew what that meant.
Everybody knew what that meant. 11:58 on the digital clock. Boom, bap, echoing while the dumbbells drop. The room felt different at the end of the night. Like every lifter found a second life. The mirrors fog from the work put in. The floor carries stories of where we've been. Every plate loaded, every rep complete. Another promise kept beneath our feet. A guy near the rack chased one final set. The kind of lift you never forget. Not because the number broke a record high, because he almost quit 3 different times. Outside the city was slowing down. Inside the gym nobody looked around. Eyes forward, locked on the goal, trying to squeeze one more ounce from the soul. The music fades, the lights burn low. Still got something left to show. One more breath, one more climb. Finish stronger than last time. The last song in the gym.
It's different now, heavy bass shaking the whole room loud.
The last song in the gym.
One final push, everybody moving when the kick drums crush.
Heart beats fast, mind locked in.
Sometimes the finish line is where you begin.
The last song in the gym, don't waste it. The cleaning crew waited by the front desk light. They've seen this scene 1,000 nights. People chasing versions they can't yet see. Building futures one rep quietly. A young athlete sat beside the wall, staring at numbers he wanted called. Not discouraged, not upset, just hungry for the next attempt. An old lifter packed his worn gym bag, shoulders broad from decades past. No speeches given, no lessons shared. This consistency said everything there. The strongest people rarely speak the most. They just keep showing up when motivation goes. That's the secret hidden in plain sight. Repeated every single night. One day you'll miss these ordinary days. The empty rack, this tired leg, the long nights. Nobody celebrated the nights that built everything. The last song in the gym.
It's different now, heavy bass shaking the whole room loud.
The last song in the gym.
One final push, everybody moving when the kick drums crush.
Heart beat fast, mind locked in.
Sometimes the finish line is where you begin.
The last song in the gym, don't waste it.
The song ended.
The song ended, the lights dim. The dream clocked in for another shift. The chalk bucket was empty. The water bottle was almost gone. Good. That meant the session was working. Friday evening, rush hour traffic behind. Walk through the doors and clear my mind. Boom, bap pounding through the headphones strong. The kind of rhythm that keeps you moving on. The platform waiting in the white light glow. Same old place, but a different soul. Every workout writing another page. Every challenge sharpening the blade. The first few sets felt rough and slow. Legs felt heavy, energy low. But the experience taught me something true. The best sessions start when comfort leaves the room. Outside the city, chasing weekend plans. Inside, we're building with our own hands. No shortcuts hidden beneath the steel. Only effort turning dreams real. Heart beats fast, lungs burn hot. The body says stop, the goal says nah. One more step, one more round. Leave every excuse on the ground. Leave it on the floor. Every drop of sweat, heavy bass pounding through my chest. Leave it on the floor. Give it everything. The work remembers every little thing. One more rep, one more score. Leave nothing left when you walk out the door. Leave it on the floor. That's what we're here for. A young lifter chasing his first big game. Learning strength grows through discomfort and pain. A veteran loading another plate. Still hungry after all these years away. The mirrors reflect the tired faces tonight. But every pair of eyes still carry fight. Nobody here expecting easy roads. Everybody carrying their own load. The final set hit harder than planned. The bar moves slow, but it still went up. Those are the moments nobody forgets. The moments that build real confidence. Outside the night kept rolling by. Inside the room we kept aiming high. Not for applause, not for fame. Just respect for the game. The strongest version isn't built when it's easy. It's built when you're tired and still decide to continue. Leave it on the floor. Every drop of sweat, heavy bass pounding through my chest. Leave it on the floor. Give it everything. The work remembers every little thing. One more rep, one more score. Leave nothing left when you walk out the door. Leave it on the floor. That's what we're here for. The gym closed, the floor stayed quiet, but the effort stayed behind. The bar looked heavier tonight. Maybe it was. Maybe I was stronger. One more play. Late shift finished around 11:10. Changed my shirt and did it all again. City lights fading in the rearview glass. Another long day, but I wasn't gonna pass. Boom bap drums in the headphones hum. The real work starts when the day gets done. Same old gym and the same old rack, but I ain't the same guy coming back. One more plate on each side tonight. Not for attention, not for likes, just a quiet promise made to myself. Still sitting strong on the highest shelf. The weight gets heavy, the mind gets clear. Funny how pressure brought me here. One more step, one more mile, one more reason to stay a while. One more plate, one more dream. Nothing's ever easy as it seems. One more plate, one more fight. You're building something bigger every night. Steel and sweat, heart and faith. Progress never happens by mistake. One more plate, that's all it takes. A kid nearby hit a personal best. Couldn't stop smiling, chest out proud. The whole room felt that energy rise. Like victory spread through the air somehow. An old school lifter, tied his raps tight. Moving with purpose, moving with pride. Years in the game and still chasing more. That's the kind of hunger I admire. Outside the rain, painting silver lines across the windows and the passing signs. Inside the room, the mission stayed alive. One rep at a time, one night at a time. Nobody starts out strong. Nobody skips the claim. Everybody earns their place. One day at a time. One more plate, one more dream. Nothing's ever easy as it seems. One more plate, one more fight. Building something bigger every night. Steel and sweat, heart and faith. Progress never happens by mistake. One more play, that's all it takes. The bar returned to the rack. The goal moved a little closer.
The barbell was cold. The goal was not. Rain tapping softly on the window pane. Same old gym, different kind of pain. Boom bap drums through the headphones knock. 45 plates waiting on the rack. A nurse finishing a 12-hour shift. A college kid chasing his first big lip. A father of two, squeezing in an hour. Different story, same source of power. Nobody here came for an easy ride. Everybody carrying something inside. Stress from work, dreams not reached yet. Trying to become someone they won't regret. The iron doesn't ask where you've been. It only asks what you're bringing in. One deep breath and another attempt. Building confidence through commitment. Different road, different scar. Same fire happening beneath these bars. One more rep, one more climb. Putting faith into the grind. Under the same bar, we all stand tall. Heavy bass shaking the walls, and all under the same bar. Side by side, different journey, same kind of drive. Still in sweat, heart and soul. Everybody here, chasing the goal. Under the same bar, we rise together. We rise together. We rise together. An old powerlifter chalk in his hands. A young beginner still making plans. Once chasing records, once chasing change. Funny how the mission feels the same. The mirror reflects more than a frame. It shows every lesson hidden in the pain. Every early morning, every late night grind. Every battle won inside the mind. Outside, the world loves overnight fame. Inside, we know success ain't a game. It's built through days nobody remembers. Cold Januaries and hot Septembers. Every plate loaded tells a story too, of who you were and who you're growing into. That's why nobody laughs when someone fails. We've all walked through those same hard trails. Strong isn't loud, strong isn't fair. Strong is showing up when motivation paired. Strong is staying when the room gets thin, and choosing growth again and again. Under the same bar, we all stand tall. Heavy bass shaking the walls, and under the same bar. Side by side, different journey, same kind of drive. Steel and sweat, heart and soul. Everybody here, chasing the goal. Under the same bar, we rise together. We rise together. We rise together. The music stopped. The lights dim. The brotherhood remained.
The speakers were louder than usual. Or maybe everybody just needed it more tonight. Yeah. Friday night in the whole room alive. Different battles bringing people inside. Boom bap shaking through the concrete walls. Heavy bass answering every call. Work week's over but the mission ain't. Some celebrate, some hesitate. We celebrate by loading plates, adding pressure, adding weight. A mechanic fresh off a 10-hour shift, still finding energy for another lift. A college kid with exams next week, finding confidence the textbooks couldn't teach. The squat rack full, the platform packed. Everybody chasing something back, not perfection, not some fantasy, just a stronger version of reality. The music hits, the focus locks, time disappears when the iron talks. One more set, one more climb, lead the whole week behind. Friday night plates, stack 'em high, heavy bass thunder under city skies. Friday night plates, bring that fire, push a little harder, take it higher. Steel and sweat, mind in place, everybody working at their own pace. Friday night plates, that's the vibe tonight, yeah. Chalk in the air like smoke from a match. Every failed rep setting up a comeback. Nobody here got handed a thing. Everything earned through suffering. The mirrors reflect 100 stories, not just muscles, not just glories. Years of discipline underneath the frame. That's the part nobody can fake. A guy hits a PR across the room, the whole place instantly changes mood. No jealousy, just mutual respect, because everyone knows what it took to get outside the city, chasing neon lights. Inside, we're building future nights. The confidence born from difficult days, carried forever in 1,000 ways. Some people party, some people sleep, some people promise, some people keep. And in this room beneath these lights, dreams get stronger every night. Friday night plates, stack 'em high, heavy bass thunder under city skies. Friday night plates, bring that fire, push a little harder, take it higher. Steel and sweat, mind in place, everybody working at their own pace. Friday night plates, that's the vibe tonight. The playlist ended, the gym stayed full. Nobody was ready to leave yet. Yeah. The sun wasn't up yet, but the gym parking lot already had tire marks from the regulars. 5 a.m. shadow stretching across the floor. Same faces walking through the same front door. Coffee in one hand, gym bag on the side, ready for another battle before the daylight arrives. Boom bap, rolling through their headphones low. Outside the world moving way too slow. Inside the racks, the energy alive, built from routines that survive the night. A janitor sweeping near the cardio rope, nods his head because he already knows. The strongest people aren't always loud. They're the ones still here when nobody's around. Before the traffic, before the noise, before the world starts making choices. One more set, one more climb, putting work in before the spotlight shines. Built before sunrise, that's the code. Heavy bass, carrying the load. Built before sunrise, day by day while the rest of the city sleeps away. Steel and sweat, focus sharp, building fire inside the heart. Built before sunrise, who we are, The bench press cold when the session starts, but every rep slowly lights a spark. Years from now, nobody sees this scene, just the results of the in-between. A young guy, learning patience and form, an old veteran still weathering storms. Different ages standing side by side, chasing something deeper than pride. No cameras waiting near the squat rack bars, no audience counting battle scars, just iron teaching the same old truth. Progress belongs to the ones who stay through. Outside the windows, the sky turns blue. Another morning finally breaking through, but the work was done before the dawn arrived. That's why the dream is still alive. Most people celebrate when they win. Champions celebrate showing up again, because success isn't one big day. It's 1,000 mornings done the same way. Built before sunrise, that's the code. Heavy bass carried in the low. Built before sunrise, day by day while the rest of the city sleeps away. Still and sweat, focus sharp, building fire inside the heart. Built before sunrise, that's who we are. The first sunlight touched the windows. The workout was already finished. The day was just beginning. barbell. Didn't know it was Monday. It didn't care how tired I felt. It was still the same weight.
Monday morning. Monday morning.
Monday morning, clouds hanging low. Coffee in my system, nowhere near enough dough. Boom bap rattling through the headphones black. Walking straight toward the squat rack. The world got excuses lined up for free. Traffic, stress, and responsibility. But the eye never listens to complaints. It only responds to what you bring. The place sat silent beside the wall, waiting to see if I'd answer the call. No promises made, no speeches loud. Just another lifter in a focused crowd. The strongest lesson I ever learned wasn't how much weight could be earned. It was showing up when I didn't want to, and doing exactly what I came to do. No perfect move, no perfect day. The work still needs to get done anyway. One more breath, one more stand. Put the future back in your hand. The weight doesn't care
Who you were before?
Heavy bass shaking the gym floor. The weight doesn't care
What you say you'll do?
It only knows what you actually do. Rep by rep,
Truth appears
built through effort.
over years,
The weight doesn't care,
and that's why it works.
and that's why it works. A guy beside me missed his final lift, shook his head and laughed a bit, loaded the bar and tried again. That's the language of strong men and older woman training. After work, moving with purpose, moving with heart. No spotlight waiting above her lane. Still giving everything she came with. Outside the world measure success and speed. Inside the gym we measure consistency. Small improvements stacked on top, until one day they couldn't be stopped. The mirror never hands out gifts, neither does the bar you lift. Everything here must be earned. That's why every lesson sticks. The weight doesn't care about yesterday.
The weight doesn't care about tomorrow.
It only asks one question.
What can you do right now?
The weight doesn't care.
Who you were before?
Heavy bass shaking the gym floor. The weight doesn't care.
What you say you'll do?
It only knows what you actually do. Rep by rep,
Truth appears
built through effort.
over years,
The weight doesn't care,
and that's why it works.
and that's why it works.
The plate stayed the same.
The lifter didn't. No camera pointed at the platform. No highlight reel waiting at the end. Just another day that mattered. Yeah. Tuesday morning sky still great. The kind of day most people stay awake. Cold air follow me through the door, but the mission felt warmer than before. Boom bap rhythm in my headphones low. Heartbeat syncing with the flow. Same squat rack, same worn out flow. Still chasing something worth fighting for. No records broken, no crowd amazed. No social posts getting praise. Just another workout written in sweat. One more promise I didn't forget. The strongest days don't always shine. Sometimes they're hidden deep in the grind. A quiet victory nobody sees can change a life piece by piece. No spotlight, no applause. Still moving forward without a cause to prove to them or prove I'm great. Just honoring the weight the day nobody saw. Still counts the same. Heavy bass running through my veins the day nobody saw. Built the frame long before success knew my name. Rep by rep, step by step. The work remembers what the world forgets the day nobody saw. Still changed everything. A young guy failed his final rep. Sat there breathing, soaking wet. Then stood back up and tried once more. That's what this whole thing's really for. An older lifter wrapped his knees, moving slower, stronger with ease. Years of effort in every stride. Discipline you can't fake or hide. Outside outside, the city rushed ahead. Inside, we fought ourselves instead. Not against others, not for a crown, just refusing to back down. The mirror gave no instant reward. The barbell offered no comforting words. Yet somehow both kept teaching truth. Every session building proof. One day, people see the result and think it happened overnight. They never saw the mornings, they never saw the fights, they never saw the day. Nobody saw it all. The days that built it all. The day nobody saw still counts the same. Heavy bass running through my veins. This day nobody saw but built the frame long before success knew my name. Rep by rep, step by step, the work remembers what the world forgets. The day nobody saw still changed every day. No trophy, no audience, just progress. A cloud of chalk floated through the light, like smoke before a heavyweight fight. Yeah, Stay with it. 6 a.m. shadows on the gym floor. Front door unlocked, nobody there before. A powerlifter loading up the bar slow. Another chasing numbers, only he would know. Headphones loud with the boom bap crack. 45 plate stack, black on black. Cold still waiting for another attempt. Every miss rap, just another event. The city outside, still half asleep. But inside this room, the energy deep. No shortcuts hidden behind these walls. Just effort answering every call. Grip it tight, lock it in. Some battles only start within. One more rep, one more fight. Turn small goals into a bigger life. Chalk, dust, champions. Built from the grind, heavy bass in a focused mind. Chalk, dust, champions. Rise again, every setback turns into strength in the end. Bar goes up, heartbeats loud. Silent work makes the strongest crowd. Dust, champions, still standing tall. The mirror don't care about yesterday's win. The weight don't care where you been. Every session starts back at zero again. That's why the strong stay humble in the end. A torn notebook filled with OPRs. Dreams written down between the scars. Sweat on the bench and callous hands. Years of work nobody understands. No spotlight waiting above the rack. Just sign demanding everything back. The kind of lesson money can't buy. The reason quitters never survive. Some chase trends, some chase fame. Some disappear when the pressure came. We stay here day by day, stacking small victories all the way. Chalk, dust, champions. Built from the grind, heavy bass in the focused mind. Chalk, dust, champions. Rise again, every setback turns into strength in the end. Bar goes up, heartbeats loud. Silent work makes the strongest crowd. Dust, champions, still standing tall. The chalk shadows, the weight stop moving, the discipline remains.